All right, welcome back to the world of the Empyrean. Now, if you thought that last massive battle for Basgiath was the end of the story, oh, you were so wrong. No, that was just the beginning of the storm, and our girl, Violet Sorrengail, she's standing right in the eye of it.
And boom, there it is. That's the chilling promise coming from the new General Ados. See, with her mother gone, Violet has absolutely zero protection. She's got a massive target on her back, and the political games at Basgiath, they've just gone from dangerous to downright lethal. Every single move she makes from here on out has consequences, not just for her, but for literally everyone she loves.
Okay, so, Section 1, Aftermath and a secret mission. The dust from that last insane battle has barely even settled, right? But there's no time to rest, not even a second. Navarre is completely fractured. Its leadership is in total chaos. And, you guessed it, a brand new, super secret mission is already kicking off.
I mean, just look at this mess. This is the absolutely impossible situation they're all facing. First off, Xaden is secretly fighting a venin transformation, trying to hide those telltale red rings in his eyes. Then you've got the whole kingdom in political turmoil now that General Sorrengail is gone. On top of that, the alliance with the Griffin Flyers, it's hanging on by a thread. And oh yeah, the venin are still out there, a constant looming threat. It's a lot.
So what we're really seeing here are two completely different wars being fought at the same time. On one side, you have Violet's mission. It's all external, right? She's out there trying to find a cure, defying authority, protecting her friends. But then you've got Xaden's reality. His war is internal. He's trying to resist this dark power, hide his condition, and most importantly, protect Violet from himself. It's heartbreaking, really.
And, amidst all this political chaos and magical danger, there's this incredibly raw personal grief. This quote, this is Violet talking about her mother. And it's just, wow. It's not just about losing a general. It's about losing the chance, the future, of a relationship that was never really fixed. This unresolved emotional weight, that's what's fueling her defiance. It's why she's so desperate to save the family she has left.
So let's move on to Section 2, Navigating a Treacherous World. With enemies literally on all sides, Violet is forced to evolve, and fast. She can't just be a rider anymore. No, she has to become a political player on a board that is way, way more dangerous than any sparring mat.
And this quote right here, oh man, this is the moment everything changes. She's facing down General Atos, the guy who literally wants her dead. And Violet finally understands and wields her own power. She's not just Brennan's little sister anymore, or Lilith's fragile daughter. She is the rider of Tyern and Andarna, and she makes it crystal clear that she is an asset Navarre cannot afford to lose. It's a total power move.
So, what does she do with this newfound confidence? She leverages it immediately. She makes this high-stakes deal with Viscount Tecarus to get access to his legendary library, which is pretty much her only real hope for a cure. But to hold up her end of the bargain, she has to do the unthinkable. With her sister Mira's help, she secretly alters the ancient Wardstone, the very one her mother died to power. It's a huge risk. We're talking execution-level treason here, but it's the only way she can save her friends.
Okay, Section 3 is all about the quest for a cure. So having bought herself some precious time and, a tiny thread of hope, Violet's focus shifts entirely. Now it's all about the real quest, finding a cure for Xaden before it is too late.
And then, this happens. This absolutely devastating revelation comes from a captured venin. I mean, can you even imagine hearing this? The entire quest, all the risks she's taken, the deals she's made, all of it might be based on a total lie. He tells her straight out, we don't want a cure. Why? Because magic doesn't negotiate, and they don't see themselves as sick, they see themselves as free. This one statement just threatens to shatter Violet's entire world.
All right, on to Section 4, Revelations and Bitter Costs. Because of course, the quest for answers doesn't just stop there. It continues, and it leads the squad to truths that are so much darker and costs that are so much higher than any of them could have possibly imagined.
So get this, the venin don't just channel raw power from the earth. No, they wield. As in, they can wield a rider's specific signet magic. During this absolutely brutal fight, Violet comes face to face with a venin who attacks her with lightning, her own power, turned right back at her. This changes everything, every single rule of the war they thought they were fighting.
Their journey also leads them to this pretty incredible discovery. We finally learn what Andarna is.
She's not just a unique dragon, she is an arid. And what's an arid? Well, they're an ancient, incredibly powerful species of dragon that literally fled the continent ages ago, trying to escape the horrors of the Riders' War, the very same war that's happening all over again.
So they find this ancient race of dragons. You'd think that's their big break, right? Wrong. The reception they get is just crushing. This is their last hope for allies. And the Arid, well, they see no difference between riders who bond with dragons and the venin who drain the earth. To them, both sides have become the very thing they abhor, the horror they fled from. They see it all as a corruption of magic. So they refuse to help, leaving Violet and her friends completely, utterly alone.
And the cost of this failed mission becomes devastatingly real. A squad mate falls. On the Isle of Dun, during a brutal trial by combat, the squad loses one of their own. Quinn is killed. And that loss, it just sends these fractures of grief and blame straight through the heart of their found family.
So now we're at Section 5, a war on two fronts. They return with no answers, no allies, and one less friend. The squad is just broken. And Violet is forced to confront not just the big war with the venin, but the war for the very soul of her own team. And this is where Xaden and Tyrn basically force her to see the truth. They tell her the best leaders are the ones who never want the job. Whether she likes it or not, leadership is her path now. She can either choose to step into it, or her dragon can drag her there. Either way, she's going to end up in front. She can't hide in the background anymore. She has to step up and lead. And then, just when you think it can't get any worse, Anarna makes a choice. To learn the ways of her people, she decides to leave with the Irid. For Violet, who has these two powerful dragon bonds, this is like having a piece of her soul literally ripped away. She was whole, and now she's not. It leaves her feeling more broken and alone than ever before. Okay, buckle up, because now we hit Section 6, Captured by the Enemy. The final chapters are just this frantic, heart-pounding spiral into a cliffhanger that leaves absolutely everything hanging in the balance.
So just as Violet is trying to piece her shattered world back together, he appears, a venin sage. We're talking ancient, crazy powerful. And he reveals he's been watching her this whole time, just waiting. And now he says, I grow weary of waiting. Chills.
And just like that, Violet is taken. Her lightning, useless. In an instant, she is captured, just yanked into nothingness by an enemy she can't fight.
So how long has she been gone? She wakes up in a familiar room, surrounded by her friends. To her, it feels like only seconds have passed. But something is very, very wrong. The looks on their faces are filled with a kind of terror she just doesn't understand.
12. She's been gone for 12 hours, a full half a day, just completely wiped from her memory. A black hole of time where literally anything could have happened. And when she asks Imogen what happened, what did she do, the reply is absolutely chilling. What you asked me to. It turns out there was some kind of desperate contingency plan, one that was set in motion by Violet herself, a plan she now has zero memory of ever making.
And that leaves us with the ultimate question, doesn't it? What does Violet not remember? What on earth happened in those 12 hours? What kind of desperate bargain did she make? And what memories were stolen by an enemy who seems to know her every single move? Well, looks like we'll just have to wait to find out.